Yeah, it's time for Week 16 against the Chargers. Their one bright spot, Le'Veon Bell. And yes, I'm still pissed about the Bruins game.
Hey, everybody, it's the coach. This is...
Okay, Coach, football, of course, back in L.A. and back at StubHub Center in Carson, California. Tonight, the stage is set for our final Thursday night game of the year between the Toronto Mounties and the Los Angeles Chargers. To return, it's Cam Sutton. And a nice return sets him up pretty good here at the 30-yard line. So 1st and 10 now from the 30.
Now let's go! 3-19!
Now the first carry for Le'Veon Bell. And he'll scratch out only about
Yeah,
a yard
Le'Veon
up
Bell's
to the
hurt.
32. And a look at Bell, who remains down after that play. Appears to have gotten shaken up. Not something you want to see in Week 16 or any week, really. We'll be right back.
Fans wondering what the noise is. I actually opened my window.
Blue 90!
First carry for Rob Kelly. And forget about finding a lane. He barely had time to look up before he was planted in the backfield. It'll wind up being a loss of 2. And it'll be 3rd and 10. So add that tackle for a loss to the 2 that he had a week ago.
And you know what he's doing right now?
Smiling?
Yeah, definitely doing that. But he's also patting his guys on the back, his defensive front, because they're keeping him clean, meaning no one's getting to him as a blocker. He's able to run to the football, and the plays he's making, he's spilling them in the offensive backfield.
On the left side, Gallup's got it.
Damn.
Give him 15 yards on
Nice
that
throw.
one, and a Charger first down.
And that's how you pick up a first down. Not only does he make the catch, but has enough body control to get his feet down inbounds, toe-tapping, and dragging to make sure he gets it done.
That's caught by his tight end, Evan Ingram. Another nice gain, 16
I don't know who
yards
this
there, and a first down
quarterback is, but
again.
he's their backup.
And he's the epitome of what we call the move tight end, a guy that you can line up anywhere, in the slot, out wide, in tight, doesn't really matter because he has such great skills. You want to utilize him in all aspects of your passing offense.
And there he was in the slot for the catch. That's complete to the Memphis man, Anthony Miller. And he works it to the 30-yard line here, right at the 30. 10 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be 2nd down. Charles, Thursday night game, I think a lot of teams probably say shrink the playbook somewhat. Is that correct?
I think you're right about that because you just don't have the amount of time that you have in a normal week to put in a full playbook.
There we go.
Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. You know, last week it was unbelievable how many times they were in the backfield. They had 7 sacks. Whatever they had for pregame meal last week, maybe they had it again.
I think they're going to continue to repeat it if they keep this up. But remember, we were at their facility, and we walked past the defensive meeting room, and what did we say?
Overran that. Damn.
Rush the
And he
pass.
fell forward for 20 yards.
It's a statement. That's who they want to be, and they've been very successful with it.
Yeah, an opening drive sack. 9 yards on the play and a first down. I don't think it's a surprise they're throwing the football early. We expected that. They told us they were going to come out firing the 4 for 4 on the opening drive. They like that.
Yeah, ran right
They
down.
don't just like it, they love it, because now everyone gets locked in. Your confidence jumps up. Everyone's easy about what they're doing out there. And by the way, they're looking at the sidelines thinking to themselves and expressing, let's keep throwing it. We're doing pretty well.
Set! Green 39! Green 30!
Out of the gun, they'll look to throw. His throw caught right
Yeah.
around the 6.
Wow.
And he's in for a Charger touchdown.
Couldn't blitz him.
Travis Benjamin,
Couldn't
his
cover.
3rd touchdown now on the year. And the Chargers take the ball down the field and score on their opening drive. With these Thursday night games, sometimes you get those quick
one or
turnarounds.
two positive
You wonder
plays,
how a
but
team's going to start. They started
they
really
just
well.
killed it.
Everyone's always wondering, going into a Thursday night game, who has their legs, who has the overall health of a team. But mentally, if you get that early edge, the other team might think to itself, it's been a short week. We're not really ready to go. You might run them into the ground that way. That's why getting that early score means a lot.
And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. I don't think anyone in the building
brother,
flew
let him
right
get
there,
hit.
as that one is going to blow up in their faces. And that's a loss of 7 on the first down play.
Let's get a chunk
So
play
much
here.
for all the time that you spend in practice, because for offensive linemen and running backs to get in sync, that requires a ton of practice time, a ton of watching tape together, a ton of really getting to where you're thinking with one mind on every single play that's called, every single run, because you want to know how you guys are going to block it. They want to know how he's going to run it, what kind
No
of cuts
first down
he's going
there,
to
but
make, and it's really
this is chunk
anticipatory.
play.
And when you're really locked in together, you know what he's going to do before he actually does it. On this play, that didn't happen at all, and that turned into a big loss. A lot of tight ends just use their size and their strength, try to occupy some space and kind of body people away and catch the football. But not this guy. He's a refined route runner. Makes me wonder if he took some dance
I had the
classes in
guy
his
on the
background with his
shorter
footwork.
downfield open.
Now the throw on 3rd down, knocked away,
Yeah,
and
felt the
incomplete.
pressure.
Not only was the call spot on, how about the execution of that defense right there? The zone was absolutely locked up tight. He was trying to force it in there on 3rd down.
But if there's a time to force it, he felt like he needed to make a play, right?
Yeah, exactly right. 3rd down.
We haven't
you gotta
used
try
him
and
enough
find
recently.
something. There's nothing available there for him.
A big roll of the dice on 4th and 1, but it pays off. They convert.
4th and 1. This is what fullbacks live for. They're always the guys with all the marks on their helmets because they love sticking their heads in there to fight for the tough yards. And he gets the tough yards here to give his guys a first down.
A couple of first downs have him to the 40 now on 1st and 10. Now a first carry for Derrick Henry. And he'll get this up past the 45 to the 47.
There we go.
It's a 7-yard carry to set them up with a 2nd and 3.
A nice run here early on. It doesn't take a great play caller to realize you want to establish a guy of this caliber who runs like this early, because they'll pay dividends as the game progresses.
On 2nd down, here's Henry. And very little running room there. He did get a couple
yards,
up to
but
the 49.
Well, we just saw a great example of what we talked about with his coach prior to the game. He's definitely one of the better linebackers at reading a play and flowing to make the stop before it turns into something big.
And on 3rd down, a nickel formation here defensively.
All right, Ridley, burn that safety.
They'll look to throw here. And that is
How?
incomplete.
How?
Brandon, their last miss on
He was
3rd down,
burnt.
they actually were able to alleviate it because they picked it up with a 4th down conversion. I don't know that they'd be wise to try and do that again here. To me, you got to punt the ball away.
Fair catch called for right around the 11-yard line. 36 yards on the punt with no return. And the Chargers will be backed up deep to begin their drive as they take over 1st and 10. Now
Let's
the
hit quarterback.
Chargers offensive unit ready to see what they can do here. And certainly they'll be hoping to hit pay dirt like they did on the last drive. Got the football back, so a chance to go up 2 scores.
And they haven't been tentative at all in this ball game, because sometimes you start a game with your script to try and get information out of the opposing defense. How will they play you in certain situations? Sometimes you script to attack, and that's what I'm seeing so far.
That's going to go as a loss of 4, and it'll be 2nd down.
How about that, partner? That happened in a hurry. Sudden, explosive, gets into the backfield, and spills the play.
Yeah, he was AFC Defensive Player of the Week last week because of plays just like that. And he will take this up to about the 8-yard line. Only a yard on the gain there, and that'll set up 3rd and 13. We haven't seen much from him running the football here in this first quarter.
No, you're right about that. We haven't seen much of him at all so far. They've stacked him up pretty well, but when you're trying to run the football, sometimes you got to play the long game. Keep handing it to him, and some of those runs that aren't working now, they turn into 6, 7, 8, and maybe more.
First incomplete pass by the quarterback.
Now throwing on 3rd down there, but he cannot connect. So possession 1 ended in 6. Possession 2 likely going to end in a punt.
Yeah, that's okay. They just got to get back to what they worked on in the opening drive and continue to make a few adjustments along the way. It won't be exact because the defense will make a few adjustments themselves. Just get back to your game plan.
Nearly a huge return, as it is still a very good one. 24 yards. And out will come the offense as they take over.
Let's go.
So out now comes the offense back onto the field. The crowd may be losing just a little bit of the edge after back-to-back punts.
They want some big plays. They want to see some offense. They want to see somebody break away, whether it's through the air or on the ground. Now it'll be interesting to see where the patience is on both sides. Each head coach, can you hang in there and not try and force something that could put your team in some jeopardy?
Nice way to start the drive, a gain of 12 and a first down.
Boy, he does it at a high level, doesn't he? Because when I watch him, I think of his vision. Straight ahead, peripheral. Also has a sense of where holes are going to be before they actually open. I think that helps set him apart from many of the other backs in the league.
It's a loss of 5 there, bringing up 2nd.
When I watch plays like that, I give a lot of thanks to my...
Seated to my right, Charles Davis. I'm Brandon Gaudin. It's Toronto football to begin quarter number 2. But they face a 2nd and long to start things out.
Make 3rd down reasonable.
From the midfield stripe, they'll look to throw. And an alley to run. And he will avoid the contact as he slides to a stop. A nice job there on the escape and scramble. A first down, a 16-yard gain.
Partner, he was going through his progressions. Not there, not there. After about the 3rd one, he decided he better pull it down and run for it. And he slides down and avoids the hit for good measure.
Back to throw here. Oh, he stays up. Buying time to his left. And hit behind the line. He lost the football. It's loose. And this is recovered by the Chargers.
Come on. How about a review?
He let one slip away last week as well, so now 2 fumbles lost in as many weeks.
But we were out of practice, and we watched
him. He might have been down.
And what did his quarterback coach talk about all week?
Being a 2-hand monster.
And we looked at each other. 2-hand. Oh, I get it. 2-hand monster. Both hands on the football, taking care of it, putting it away so
I'd
the
like
ball
a
doesn't
review.
get dropped.
That's not going to happen.
Here we go now. Green 39. Green 30.
They'll come out throwing here on first down. Setting up the screen to Kelly. And he'll get up to the 43-yard line.
Then again, when there was a review on the Bruins game, it was clear this day that
that might break big.
Super got hit and
looked like it was coming together. Looked like there was an opening. Still ended up with a solid game.
Yeah.
Now they'll throw here out of the gun. Throw left side taken in by Miller. And he'll work it across midfield inside the 45. Give him 12 yards there. The Chargers have a first down.
Oh, well. NHL refs win Game 5.
All right, here we go. 3-19. 3-19.
Keller on the counter. And they go backwards here. Losing yardage back at the 48-yard line. It's a loss of 4 there, bringing up 2nd down.
I know when I was a kid, I always got real excited when I saw those lateral-type runs. But the best backs that made it happen, they put a foot in the ground and just go. That didn't happen there. That play got swallowed up.
They'll hand it off to Kelly. And he's going to get this one down near the 45-yard line. 3 yards is the pickup, but it leaves them still needing 11 here on 3rd down.
Typically, we think it's the strong safeties that are better tacklers, especially closer to the line of scrimmage amidst traffic.
Man here.
But in this case, how about the free safety coming up and making the big-time play?
Tight right. Set. 3-19. 3-19.
They'll drop to throw. And he's able to hook up with Michael Gallup. And he's taken down inside the 30. The Chargers passing game rolling a bit here. They've got another first.
Well, we're used to seeing the guy that you consider the number one receiver double covered. But how about this guy? He's double covered and finds a way to make the play for a first down.
That's how you increase your Madden rating, right?
No doubt about that at all. And you know something? I think we'll hear about that from him soon.
Miller on the catch over the middle. And they'll be inside the 25 now at the 24. 5 yards on the catch there. Brings up second down.
Nothing fancy on first down, but a very consistent type of a play. Hit that slant. A lot of people call it an extension of the running game, and it can be if that pass is completed, because you hit a guy on the run like that, you often can go for big yardage.
Sets him up nicely for second down, staying ahead of schedule. And he's brought down after a very nice gain. 23 yards on the pickup there and a first.
At this stage of the game, the run-pass numbers are a little bit out of whack because most of their yardage has come through the air. But in a sense, that just sets things up for big runs like that because the defense might be a little bit off balance. They pick up another first down with that run.
All right, here we go. Green.
They'll set up to throw. And his throw here's incomplete. Evan Ingram was the intended target, and that'll bring up second down. Down this close to the goal line, first down. Surprised that wasn't a run?
I am, and you know I'm old school. I want to run the ball on first down in this situation because second down, that gives me an option of running play action, maybe throwing it.
There you go, big sack.
And he's going to be swallowed up and taken down. Sacked back at the 5-yard line. Jonathan Allen getting in there from his defensive tackle spot to snow him under for a loss of 4.
And on second and goal, they decide to throw it again, and this result is even worse. They take a sack. On first down, it was simply an incomplete pass. Not a good first 2 plays, beginning with first and goal.
They'll set up
nice
a throw.
pick.
And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back.
I call for the outside pass,
this
too.
is why golfers do their best to never count a score in their head.
And that's why you tackle guys down at the 1-yard line.
This looked like a slam dunk for points on this drive, didn't it? Instead, they throw an interception, and they're going to come away empty.
Back to throw now in his own end zone. To Shepard, complete over the middle. And he'll get this up to the 4 right about there, and that's about it. The completion good for 3, and it's second down. From the shotgun, he'll look to throw. Stepping up, he's going to keep it. And he'll avoid the tackle there with a slide. That'll go for a gain of 13, helping big time to get away from that end zone. First down.
Detroit!
Back to throw now on first down. He's going to go deep for 4.
Oh, hey, that
got
works.
his man complete. That goes for a gain of 31. Coming up at the half, a reminder we go back to Orlando to check in with Jonathan Coachman. He'll have a look back at our first half as well as a look ahead to what's coming up later this weekend. And it pops free. The collision there jarred the ball loose and brings up second down.
This defense not going to make it easy for you. They're a physical group, and we just saw it there on that play. They came in, made the contact, just as he's trying to haul it in.
Burn that safety. Burn that linebacker. Whoever's covering.
Now he'll look to throw here on second and 10. And an alley to run. The escapability in evidence there is that one good for 15 and a first. First down now, but that clock rolling. Now on first down, he'll drop to throw it. And now he'll tuck it and run.
There we go.
Back-to-back nice gains. That one for 14 yards and another first.
I think the last 2 plays really illustrate how difficult it is to game plan against this guy because you know he can throw the football, but how about his use of legs as well? What we call those broken plays, you can't account for them.
Yeah, those plays, those 2 that you just mentioned, a microcosm really of how he can hurt you. This offense finding its legs now. Here's another first and 10. They'll look to throw here on first down. To the center of the field, but it's incomplete.
It's been my observation there's been a nice variety of play calling defensively. You and I often talk about an offense's ability to keep a defense off balance with what they're doing. I think the converse has been true in this game.
Yeah, I think you're right. They seem to have gone off tendency quite a bit, but only the second quarter. A lot of time to change things. Back to throw now on 2nd and 10. And it's caught.
Shepard's wide open.
And he gets into the end zone for the touchdown. Sterling Shepard hitting double digits with his 10th touchdown of the season. And his guys are an extra point away from tying this thing up. Boy, it's nice to have that big, reliable target you can go to.
Each and every time. A lot of people see that position as a fallback. Throw it to them when all else
98
fails.
yards.
Not
Good
at
job,
all.
boys.
This guy can make plays, and that's exactly what he just did.
Yeah, play here for a touchdown. So a tie ball game here as the kick's away. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. The Charger offense making their way back out there. And the interception thrown in the red zone last time. We'll see if they can rebound.
I just have to think the last thing he said as they went back out there was, don't do that again. What do you think?
What do you think?
Yeah, I think that. I think that not only did he say that, but he also told him, let's put it in the end zone that it's supposed to be in, all right? The end zone we're trying to score. I know we're being a little bit facetious here, but the bottom line is take care of the football, and everything else should flow from there.
Quick lesson, never ask the play-by-play guy a question.
Hey, you're my partner. I know you're right there with me.
Yeah, he will go out right near the 35-yard line. And a nice gain of 21 yards.
So many times you hear today's NFL described as a space game. Get your best players into space with the football in their hands. That's why sometimes you just swing it out to your runner, get him out in the flat, and let him have a chance to make people miss an open field.
And all this is taken in one-handed. What a catch.
One-handed, getting hit on the run.
Timeout here by the offense.
Come on.
As the stoppage will come with a little under a minute to go in this first half. Two big plays in succession. Not sure this D knows what hit him, but now they got to get ready. It's 1st and goal.
Here we go now.
Back to throw again. He couldn't quite hold it. Got hit. Ball pops out. Incomplete.
When you got your backs in the shadow of your goal line, you've got to be physical in that situation because there's not a whole lot of space, not a lot of wild plays that can be run there.
It's put up or shut up time. Defensively, nice job just to make sure they didn't complete it on that play. A line of scrimmage, once again, the 5 as they get ready for 2nd and goal.
All right, here we go. 3-19. 3-19.
Shoot outside.
They're going to look to throw. And this is going to be intercepted. It's the former Seahawk, Richard Sherman.
And should have taken a knee. That red zone defense
drives where they've thrown an interception. Ordinarily, we look at the offense and say, what's going on with your scheme? Maybe we should look at the defense and just give them a whole lot of credit. They've got them frustrated right now.
Oh, they do.
Gun!
I love it.
They'll try and start this drive in the air. He'll rifle
Get
this
up
one
there.
deep right. He rifles
No,
one.
wrong
It's
guy.
intercepted.
Damn
Trey
it.
Flowers picks it. And a huge return as
Damn
he'll
it.
take this one all the way down inside the 30-yard line.
I told him to get up there. I told him.
Right there. Not
told him to
a really
jump that ball.
confident throw either.
He
This one was
didn't.
kind of up for grabs, and it's going to come down the hands of the wrong team.
Here we go now.
Trying to shake off the interception from the last drive. He'll look to throw. Looking right sideline, but it's incomplete.
This defense has been very disruptive early on as they force another one to go awry.
Seems to be the front and the back end. Pass rush, they've been able to get home, and they're taking the ball away in coverage as well.
I love how you put it together. The front and back working in sync. Only way to play good defense.
He's going to leave this for his running back. It's complete. Now hold everything here. We're going to get a timeout by the offense. As it comes with 22 seconds to go here in half number 1. Well, good field position to start the drive, but under the gun now here on 3rd and 8.
3-19. 3-19.
He'll look to throw. And that is incomplete. So 17 seconds now on the clock here.
Oh.
Well, he kind of forced that one there, didn't he? It's almost like he predetermined where he was going to go with the football.
Yeah, he wasn't really going through progressions. He wanted to go to his top guy. You do that against this defense, they'll make you pay, won't they?
Yeah, they certainly will. They react very quickly to the thrown football.
And Bryant's kick is good. And they take the lead here now at 10-7. Well, the drive ends in just 3, but they'll take it. Looks like they'll head to the locker room, barring something unfortunate, in front on the scoreboard.
Yeah, they may not be jumping up and down.
Oh, there we go.
He's into the clear. He's at the 30. And he takes it the distance. No time remaining.
No cloth on the field.
Yeah, no flags, and it's a kickoff return to end the first
Jakeem
half.
Grant.
Such an electric play, so much fun to watch, and you need all
Gotta
11
love
guys in sync for that to be successful, don't you?
Without a doubt.
We now proceed to the start of the second half. So we've reached halftime here in a 4-point game. Jakeem Grant now to return. And a good effort on the return there. Gets him across the 30 to the 33-yard line. Out comes this field general once more, leading his offense back onto the field. And he comes out on the heels of an interception he threw last time they had the ball.
Yeah, and you know, the quarterbacks that I know that are the best ones, the ones that really know how to lead their team, they tell them, that's on me. That's my bad. But let's go back out there and move ahead again, guys. We can get this done.
One good thing for him, it did only lead to 3 points and not a touchdown after that turnover.
Big thanks to the defense.
7 yards on the pickup there, and it'll leave them with a 2nd and 3.
Well, no matter how they phrase it, staying on schedule, staying ahead of the sticks, whatever you want to call it, 7 yards on first down, that fits the bill.
They keep it on the ground. This time it's Henry. And not much room to operate as he'll get this up only to about the 41. Give him a yard on the run there, and that's going to set up a 3rd down and 2.
And this is why aggressive defensive coordinators love to blitz. It wreaks havoc because they end up taking their attention to the blitzers, freed up the D lineman to make the play.
Detroit!
They'll try to run for the first with Henry. And he's got the first down yardage before being taken down
his
in
jacket hurt.
midfield.
Stinks for them.
A solid run by Derrick Henry, and here's another 1st and 10.
No, check, Patriots!
A first down carry for Henry. And he's going to be brought down inside the 45 at the 43. A solid run on first down, gain of 7, leaves him with a 2nd and 3.
Looks like they're establishing a pretty good pattern here because they've been very heavy in the running game on the last 4 plays.
Yeah, you took the words right out of my mouth. So far, 4 plays in this drive, all 4 on the ground. Now a handoff to Henry. And he'll go down here at the 35-yard line. It's an 8-yard pickup and leads to a new set of downs.
They're trying to show that they can run the ball and protect this lead. Give it to the backs, play a little bit of keep away, don't you think?
And that's probably a good philosophy at this point, going to make that defense stand up and stop them.
On
the counter, it's Henry. And that play went nowhere. Losing yardage. It'll be back at the 36. It's a loss of a yard there, and now 2nd down.
If you're the coaching staff upstairs, you might want to file that play away. Did you see how fast the safety closed on that one? Coming up in run support, made a big-time tackle. Might want to try and check into a pass next time.
Yeah, got him for a loss. Really, really great play defensively. Back to throw. Dancing to his left.
Yeah.
And seeing nowhere to throw, he chucks this one away from harm. Incomplete. Now it's 3rd down. The offense on 3rd down tonight, just 1 for 3 thus far. This is 3rd and 11. He'll look to throw. He's going to fire one.
And terribly thrown.
Traffic, and it's intercepted. And it's Clinton Dix with a pick.
I mean, I told him to put it over the middle a little bit, but that was closer to the defender than the receiver was ever going to be.
First possession of the third quarter, an interception, so maybe a second half tone setter.
Indeed, and not the tone they wanted to set. That's the equivalent of running out the wrong door and running into your pool instead of running out onto the field. A real dud for that one.
Has that happened to you before?
No, but I've heard stories about teams actually doing that back in the good old days.
And he's going to be taken down shy of the 5-yard line. Give him a couple on the carry there, 2nd and 8. Now, they struggled to get him rolling on the ground in the first half, and that's sort of continuing here in the third quarter.
Yeah, but I don't think it's time to abandon the running game. I would say keep feeding the horse, and I believe it'll eventually reward them, especially as we get deeper in the game.
Oh, that's not safety.
Loss of 4. Now 3rd down.
Sometimes with the running game, you've just got to stick with it. Look, it's the third quarter, no time to panic. But that also doesn't mean you just do it the same way you've been doing it the entire ball game. Maybe change up some blocking assignments or run a few different plays, but stay with the overall essence of the running game.
Now let's go!
Ripkowski, the fullback, on the inside give. And he will forge his way forward only up to the 2-yard line. Just a 2-yard pickup, and that should necessitate a call for the punt team here on 4th down.
I'm not sure how much I really love that call. It almost seems like a little bit of a give up there. But maybe what they were thinking is, we've got a chance to pop one. They think we're just going to give up here, hand it to the big man, and maybe he can get through. Sometimes there's a little bit of courage in play calling that maybe we don't give enough credit.
Out comes this offensive unit as they get set to take over here. And there are parts of their last drive they'd like to emulate. And, of course, they'd like to forget the ending, the interception. But they did put together, Charles, a nice sustained drive to get them down the field.
Yeah, and unfortunately for them, the only thing that matters is part 2, right? Because once they threw the interception and finished off the drive,
got hurt. It's the second running back this season to get hurt.
Go back and say, well, you know, we had a good one going. Finish things off. That's the only way you can get it done.
First running back to get hurt was my most important one.
First play of the drive goes the wrong
Second
way.
one, my least important one.
12.
Gun!
Now a shotgun snap as they'll look to throw. This is caught inside the 15.
There we go.
And they do finally get him, but he makes it all the way to the 6. Well, it's one thing to grab it with one hand, but when you make a catch of that distance, quite another.
Yes, sir. I mean, that one right there, we keep talking about the high-flying antics that we're seeing from receivers nowadays. Doesn't matter what spot they start in, but when it actually does happen in the heat of battle,
and he will score. It's a touchdown. It's their quarterback, his 2nd touchdown of the night. And his guys are going to add on to their lead.
That was not a designed run. Awesome. It was supposed to be a pass, but it turned into an exceptional run. What a scramble for a touchdown.
Extra point splits the uprights, and that makes it a 21-10 game. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. And now out on the field, here comes Los Angeles. And on the last go-around, they really couldn't get anything going.
They had to punt from deep inside their own territory, which means they're going to lose the field position battle as a general rule. What they're looking for now is a little more consistency, move the ball at least a few times on offense, get a couple of first downs, and hopefully flip the field.
Yeah, just something to build off of. That's what they're looking for here. They'll come out throwing here to start the drive. Oh, he's got a man wide open.
Why is he wide open?
And he gets this
wide open.
Shy of the 40. They'll mark him down at the 39. First play of the drive going for 14 and a first down.
Slant route's effective no matter who's running the route and catching the ball. But when you have a receiver of that stature, you have to be a little bit more precise throwing it. You don't have the same catch radius with the bigger targets.
Open man right side is Ingram. And he gets this to the other side of midfield across the 45.
Shade outside.
The Chargers
he's wide open outside.
A bit here. They've got another first.
Come on.
I do have to admit, I like it when it all comes together. When the top part, catching the football, right? Whether you're catching it with your hands or cradling it, comes together with the legs, in this case, the feet, doing a little toe tap to stay in bounds and complete the catch.
And a great job by our crew on the camera shot. Love when you see the grass or on the field turf, those rubber pellets flying up. Great catch.
Set. Green 39. Green 39.
Out of the gun, they'll look to throw. Throwing the out route and complete. That's Miller. And he gets us down inside the 35 before going out of bounds. The reception good for 7. It's 3rd down.
But it appears that they read man defense and went to the out route. And what you have to do on that one is the receiver's got to make sure he works the defender towards the middle of the field to give himself space to cut to the outside and have that ball delivered with good timing. And they got it done.
Now the throw on 3rd down, knocked away and incomplete.
Well, he leads the NFL in interceptions and nearly added to that total.
Got his hand on it, couldn't quite corral it. It's been a Pro Bowl-type season for him, and the term ball hawk really comes into play, doesn't it?
Yeah, I like that one a lot because teams want to avoid that type of a player, but sometimes you just can't. He just knows where the ball is.
And now back out comes the offense. And they're hoping to redo their efforts in the last drive when they got into the end zone.
And just think of what it's like now on the sideline, because when you score a touchdown, you have to go over and look at the tablet and see what you did on the last drive. When you scored points, it's a whole lot better view than when you're trying to figure out how to fix things up.
They go play action here on 1st down. Flush to his right. Now he's going to let it go deep right sideline. So they took a shot on
catch,
1st
but
down,
they
but couldn't
call it
connect.
catch.
And that's one he's got to be happy to have back. There wasn't a hole open in the zone.
You'd have to think on early downs like that 1st down there, need to be a little bit more careful.
Yeah, fortunately for him, got a couple more downs to play with.
Again from the 20 after the incompletion. Here's 2nd and 10.
Leopard!
10th carry now for Derrick Henry. And he stopped immediately there. Calling no gain on the run there, and now they'll be looking at a 3rd down. Boy, that's a lot of sirloin steak to be taken down for no gain, partner.
Are you trying to suggest that he is a huge man?
He is
not just a big man, a huge man.
Big boy.
Well, how about the credit then for the defense to be able to chop that big tree and put him on the ground?
I know back when you played, it took 4 of you to take a guy like that down, right?
Well, that's for sure. And you know what else? I didn't want to challenge him at dinner either.
And he will finally be taken down, but not before he reaches the 38. It's a big play there on 3rd down. 42 yards.
Now, lucky 56.
There
Lucky
will always
56.
be a place for methodically marching the ball downfield.
Now let's go.
But when you can pick it up in big chunks and strike like that, have explosive plays, that's often the difference in winning and losing. Those types of plays that can knock a defense off balance, that'll drive a team towards a victory.
Another nice gain, 13 yards that time, and another 1st down.
These guys are running offense like you drive. The pedal is down.
Back now at the StubHub Center in Carson, as we are just about set to go here in quarter number 4.
Detroit! 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 Detroit!
On 1st down, he'll drop to throw.
Shoot. Oh, he came down with it. Sweet.
Touchdown. Devin Funchess.
Nice play, Funchess.
Hitting double digits with his 10th touchdown of the season. And his guys find a way to stretch that lead. They were still throwing with a comfortable lead here late, and now that lead even more comfortable.
And your first thought is there bad blood that went into this one ahead of time, that maybe they're seeking some revenge or they just don't like them? But the other thing that always hits me is, are they worried about playoff positioning? Right? Are they worried about, do you need enough points in case there's a tiebreaker that comes into play later?
Sutton now to return.
Yeah,
And
it's
he'll
a
take
kicker.
this across the 25, couple extra yards, up to the 27-yard line.
That's a kicker with the tackle.
Heading back out, the Chargers offense. We get a peek at the playoff picture of the AFC. And with the final fortnight of games upon us, teams jockeying for position. Some of these games really starting to take enormous importance as they always do this time of year.
I like how you use fortnight.
Yeah, you're impressed,
Yeah,
don't you?
I am impressed. That means 2 weeks, if I'm not mistaken, correct?
That does.
But how about exactly what you're talking about? Going down the stretch, how much importance is placed on these games? Look, everyone talks about every game's important. When you get to this time of year, maybe that importance gets quadrupled. And that's where we are right now, to see who can make their last run, their last push to get into the playoffs.
Green 39. Green.
They'll look to throw. And his throw is incomplete. Another wayward pass. You know, things started out poorly in this game, and to be frank, they just really haven't gotten much better.
And all that does is embolden a secondary. They feel good about what's going on, and they just play better and better.
Back to throw here.
Usually this guy.
Going up top. And the third down pass falls incomplete.
This defense was definitely alert to the possibility of the deep ball, and they were more than ready for it.
They've got the lead, fourth quarter. Maybe can expect more passes like that downfield.
Now let's go. 3-19.
Got to try it here. He's back to throw.
Knock that ball.
And this
There you
is
go.
incomplete. Boy, it looked like he had it and dropped it. And the ball will go over on downs on the short side of the field.
Let's score.
Well, at this stage of the game in the second half, down 3 scores, I
No,
guess they
7.
felt like they needed to push.
And let's face it, with this deficit, if they give up another score here after they didn't get it, does it really matter? It really doesn't. They had to go and try and make something happen if they had any chance of winning this game.
Trying to turn the corner, but he's going to be stopped right near the line of scrimmage.
I know the scouting report on him is that he doesn't possess the eye discipline to be an elite linebacker, and what that means is his ability to read, react, and make a play. But on that one, he looked like one of those guys.
Back 99 Philly, here we go. Watch the safety creep.
They'll run it again with Henry.
Oh, not down. Sweet.
And he's going to take this down to about the 17. A good run as he works his way
Nice
for
glitch.
9 that time, and
Love
it'll
it.
leave him with a third and just a few inches.
Bottom line, they want to keep this clock rolling, so they'll take that one right there. They just want to keep falling forward, and they won't put the onus on the big fellas up front in order to bring this one home.
Green 39. Green 39.
On third and short, they'll try and pick it up through the air. And he fires one, but incomplete.
We get drag goal done.
You hear the calls for a penalty, but I just don't think so. I think in this situation, the defender was making sure his guy couldn't hold on to the football. So I don't see anything that warranted a flag.
No, I'm with you. There was contact, but I'm happy they kept that flag in the back pocket. But he will have the first
Nice run,
down
Bobby.
before he's tackled at the 12. A solid pickup of 5 and a very solid fourth down conversion, and defensively pure frustration.
And yes, everyone, that was the fullback carrying the football. I know it's a dying breed, it's a dying position for a lot of people, but I still think it's valuable and important, especially one who can carry the ball.
And you need short yardage. What makes sense? Go to a big body, let him plow forward just like he did there.
It's still a big man's game.
This is caught.
Nice
And
catch.
he'll be brought down here at the 3-yard line. Give him 9 on the play, and it'll be second and about a yard.
Well, it's tough to be a defender in today's NFL because there's so many things to account for in today's passing game, including the back sneaking out of the backfield. Not quite as bad as a turkey bowl where you have that center-eligible stuff, but still a lot of guys to account for.
They'll look to throw here.
Wide open.
And it's
There you
caught.
go.
Touchdown. Paul Richardson. His third touchdown now on the year. And his guys are going to add on to their lead. A diving catch for the score. He laid out. That was special.
And you know the first thing they're going to check, right? Did he complete the process of the catch? All the way through, all the way to the ground. Ball doesn't hit the ground without control in his hands. All of that, yes. Check the box, touchdown.
Sutton now to return. And he'll take this across the 25, a couple extra yards, up to the 27-yard line. And now out on the field, here comes Los Angeles. And last time out, went for it on fourth down, turned it over, gave him great field position, turned into 6 points, so they've got to recover here, Charles.
It's amazing what one decision can do in the chain of events, right? The decision to go for it on fourth down.
Caused all of that.
It caused every bit of it, but it showed confidence. Hey, I've got confidence in you guys. Go pick it.
And for a
Nice
third
play,
time
Davis.
tonight, he's intercepted. Carlton Davis picks it, and he brings it back to right around the 26-yard line. That's now his second interception in as many weeks from his linebacker position.
And think about all the different techniques he has to employ in a passing situation. Is he spot dropping because it's zone? Is he picking up man-to-man? Is he having to run with a running back or a tight end? In any event, great eyes, head on a swivel, and excellent hands.
Yeah, versatility and showing those hands. Throw left side complete. It's Richardson. And he'll get it down this time to the 17. Give him 9 there on the first down completion.
The goal for any offense versus a zone defense, find the holes where guys are available and put the ball on the receiver before any defender can step up and fill it.
They did it well there. Perfectly executed crossing route. Now back to throw. They shakes him off.
Here we go.
Eluding the pressure right. And he's brought down just outside of the 10 at the 11. Maybe not exactly what they had in mind, but that scramble good for 6 and a first down.
Looks to me, partner, like he's learned a little bit because earlier in the game, I think he was trying to force a lot of throws into some windows that just weren't open.
Yeah, the interceptions had plagued him, especially a second interception, really a bad throw. So maybe a better decision there.
Yeah, no doubt about it. I think he learned from earlier in the game, and he's applying it now.
Setting up the screen for Miller.
Awesome, the blockers getting each other's way. So they can block the guy coming out. Love it.
Good convergence there defensively, only a yard, and it's second down. They only got a yard out of that last completion, and that makes this second and 9. Time for a break. Back to finish it off on EA Sports after this. So it's our visitors with a football as we get you reset. They've got a second down now as they look to salt this one away. Now they'll throw here out of the gun. Forced out to his left. Give him 7 there on the tuck and run, and they're in better shape now for third.
All right.
The offense on third down tonight, they've converted just 2 for 6 thus far. This time they face a 3rd and 2. They'll drop to throw. Steps away to his left. Nowhere to go here. He lost the football.
There you go, Richardson. Big play.
On plays like this, when the ball comes free, it's often unusual for the team that lost it to get it back. Because this is a quarterback. The ball gets away from him. Everyone else is trying to execute what they're supposed to do on offense. They're usually looking in the other direction, downfield, or have moved away from him. In this case, though, a teammate is able to come up with the ball.
Detroit! Detroit!
They'll set up to throw. He can run for it, and he will.
And
the
no first down.
decision to go for it doesn't pan out. And that will force a turnover on downs. So they were really trying to put the nail in the coffin there already with this lead here in the 4th, but they didn't get it.
Guaranteed, it's not going to be a fun handshake in the postgame, right? You just know that there's going to be some bad blood there. And I know if we go to the postgame press conferences, the winning coach, you know what he's going to say, why he did it? We need the points, okay? Because you never know at the end of the year if points are going to come into the tiebreaker if we're trying to get into the playoffs. That's always the standard justification.
Offense for them has been at a premium. You wonder where plays like that have been all game long.
They're thinking the exact same thing themselves, but they're also looking forward now because now these plays are really for next week, trying to get some momentum going.
A good pickup there, 26 yards.
Ideally, we'd like to take him down
Never
and
make the
bounds.
mistake that the slot receivers, especially the little guys like we're watching here, are just quicker than fast. A lot of them combine quickness and speed, and they catch a lot of footballs as we just saw there.
They'll look to throw now on first down.
There we go.
In trouble, and he's taken down.
Brandon, that's just football 101. If you're out of the pocket, you've got to get rid of the football in this situation. You cannot take a sack in a 2-minute drill.
Here we go now. Blue 90. Blue 90.
You need 25 points in 30
He'll
seconds.
look to throw. He'll leave it for Kelly, complete. And now maybe they want some extra time to talk about this 3rd and long play as we'll get a timeout. As they get it with 26 seconds to go in the football game.
Set. Green 39.
Yeah,
Now
false
moving
start,
up front,
66.
I think they're going to get one of the Charger linemen.
False start, offense.
That's on the big guard, Gabe Jackson. So the false start certainly doesn't help matters as they'll try again now. 3rd and long.
Set! Blue 90! Blue 90!
He'll drop to throw. And he's able to hook up with Michael Gallup. Chargers going to use their 3rd and final timeout, as the clock will stop with an even 20 seconds left to go. So signs of life in what's been a dormant offense in this second half. Here's 1st and 10. Back to throw now on 1st down. Throw left side, complete to Ingram. And he goes down, but not before getting this inside the 25. Chewing up big yardage. Another nice gain there. This one goes for 20. And he'll indeed get him to the line and spike it here to stop the clock. And it's incomplete. Clock now showing 0-0-5. That's all we have left here in the 4th.
Here we go now. Green 39. Green 30.
One final shot. They'll look to throw.
And stats.
Oh, he almost had it for the pick. A great chance there for the interception in the end zone. Instead, 3rd down.
Try and get it all back with one big shot right there, but even if successful, that doesn't get them all the way back to where they need to be. Can't totally abandon throwing the ball underneath as well.
They'll set up a throw. And for the 4th time tonight, it's an interception. Picked up by Nikel Roby-Coleman. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back.
And that'll be it for the broadcast.
Well, partner,
as we get roughly an hour, maybe a little bit more, till we start Hockey Gods. So unless you're gonna stick around and wait an hour, good night. If you're gonna come back, we'll see you in an hour. Peace. Bye.